What is up, everybody? My name is Logan Strong with CTF Strong Talks Football. Today I wanted to do something completely different and untalked about on this channel so far, and that is the WWE Professional Wrestling. For those of you that do not know, which is probably a lot of you because again, I haven't talked about this at all on my channel, but I am a huge WWE fan. I love watching it. I have been watching it ever since I was a little kid, and I just started getting back into it in like late 2021, and I've been watching it ever since, and the WWE's been pretty damn good lately. It's been really good. And excitedly enough, I'm actually going to WrestleMania 41 this year. I'm flying out to Vegas, and I'm watching both nights, and I'm extremely excited for it. So since I am going to WrestleMania and WrestleMania is only a week away, I figured I'd give you guys my WrestleMania 41 predictions. To any football fans watching this that are disappointed or upset with me that I haven't been making football videos that much lately, I'm sorry. There just isn't much to talk about, but don't worry. I will be having NFL draft videos next week. I will be making a lot of those because the NFL draft will be coming up and there will be a lot more to talk about then. But if you are a wrestling fan, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's not waste any more time. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. With all that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, before I start talking about the WrestleMania predictions and the card, I want to notify something real quick here. To the people that are complaining about the match card this year, and they're trying to compare it to last year's, like, stop. You're making a fool out of yourself. I think the WrestleMania 41 match card is good. Like, it's not going to be as good as last year because last year was supposed to be made to be like one of the best WrestleManias of all time. And I don't think there's going to be a WrestleMania as good as that one for a long time. But I still think this match card so far is really good. And it has tons of matches that are going to be a ton of fun. And there's going to be a couple that might change the WWE as we know it today. Update, I forgot to move my camera throughout some of these predictions, so if I have any wrestlers at the top left corner that you can't see, I apologize, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And let's get started with the first prediction. We're actually going to start with Friday Night SmackDown, the day before WrestleMania, because I do think they will make a couple new matches for this event, and one of them we're going to talk about is the Tag Team Championship between the Motor City Machine Guns and Street Profits. I don't know why I was starting to blank on the name. I bring this up because a bunch of people as well as myself is wondering why this is not on the WrestleMania match card, but the War Raiders versus the New Day is, while that one has no build up. While this tag team division has been really good this year. Like, you got the Motor City Machine Guns, you got the Street Profits as the champions now, you got DIY, you got Pretty Deadly, you've got I'm blanking on the name, but I'll bring them up later. But yeah, like they've all been really good and it's been really entertaining. Like, why is this not in WrestleMania? So this is what I've got for this. Since a bunch of people as well as myself has been complaining about this, I think the WWE is going to take action last minute. I think this is going to start off to be like a tag team match like normal. And then out of nowhere, DIY comes out and interferes. And then Pretty Deadly comes out and interferes. And then Delago del Fantasma comes in and interferes. I really hope I said that right. If I didn't, I am so sorry. I think all these tag teams will fight each other, and then that's what's going to build to become either like a 5 tag team match, or it's going to be a ladder match. Something that's going to involve all these tag teams, and it's going to be placed on night 2, I'm going to say. I think it's going to be on night 2. Maybe night 1, who knows. And now thinking about it, the first tag team match is on night 1, so we're going to say night 2 for this one. And I think this is going to be a really good match. It's going to be really entertaining. And if this ends up to being a ladder match, I think the Street Profits will retain. But I think it will still be a really fun match to watch, and it will be absolutely worth it. And I think if they do put this in the match card, I think most of it will be forgiven. Alright, last thing we will talk about before getting to the actual match card as we know for now. Let's talk about Randy Orton, because he was supposed to have a match against Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens had to have neck surgery because he injured his neck. So Randy Orton no longer has a match for WrestleMania. In my personal opinion, they're going to give Randy a match, dude. He's one of the most popular wrestlers in the WWE right now. And if they didn't give him a match, it would just be extremely disrespectful. And by the way it's looking, I think he will have a match for sure, especially the fact when they've already shown segments of Las Vegas being prepared for WrestleMania, you've seen Randy Orton on the screens. Like, he's going to be there. With who he's facing, I think people are saying the same thing right now. I think the most common one I think we're gonna see is him versus Nick Aldis. And at first I was thinking that was silly, and then I remembered he used to wrestle himself, so I think this would also be a pretty decent match. I think if these two wrestled each other, I think Randy Orton would win in flying colors. It's honestly not close to me. Even though Nick Aldis, I know he is a decent wrestler, I think Randy is so much better. They're either going to do that, or they're going to have Randy face a mystery opponent for WrestleMania. And if they do that, there's two names that come to mind for me. And if they do that, it's going to be on night one. Let me remind you of that for sure. But yeah, if they don't have Randy versus Nick Aldis, I think they're going to give him a mystery opponent, kind of like they did with Seth Rollins in WrestleMania 38. And I have two names that come to mind. Both of these might be kind of stretches. Like, these might not happen, but it's just predictions. The first one I've got is Brock Lesnar. And if these two fought, it would be absolutely amazing. Like, the roof of that stadium would shake. Like, everyone wants to see Brock Lesnar back. And if these two do wrestle, I do think Brock Lesnar would win, even though it would kind of not make sense to give Randy the loss, but if somebody like Brock Lesnar returned, I feel like it'd be worth it. This one might be even more of a stretch, but if Brock Lesnar's not the name, it will probably be Rusev, because if you don't know, Rusev re-signed with the WWE just recently, and even though these returns usually take a while, if they have to give Randy Orton someone to go against, Rusev might be the guy. And again, if he came back at WrestleMania, the roof of that stadium would just fly off. It would be insane. This one might be a huge reach, but at the same time, when you hear that Rusev re-signed, you kind of have to put him in the mix of predictions. So if Randy does face Brock or Rusev, I think both of those will, either one will get the win against Randy. But if it's Randy versus Nick Aldis, Randy will win. Alright, now we got the very first match of WrestleMania on the official card. We're starting off with night one in no particular order except the main events. We've got Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Fun fact, this is actually the very first women's match in WrestleMania without a title to be in WrestleMania in 19 years. How crazy is that? And what better match can they have to pass that feat with Jade Cargill and Naomi? I think this match is going to be really good. I could possibly see this kicking off the night, and that would be really good to kick off night one. It would make the crowd extremely excited, because this, in my opinion, has had the best build-up out of all these matches. Spoiler alert, a lot of these matches look really good on paper, but a lot of the build-ups have been shit. But yeah, this has been the best build-up out of all of these, and both women definitely have a reason to win. But in my personal opinion, I think Jade Cargill is going to get the win here, and here's why. If they gave Naomi the win here, like, what did Jade Cargill coming back have to, like, what did that even mean? Like, if Jade Cargill lost to Naomi after basically revealing to the world that Naomi was the one to injure her, like, why, like, that makes no sense to me. Like, if Jade Cargill needs to win this match, it would make the most sense, and it would be a great end to this feud. I think this will be a fantastic match, possibly great start to WrestleMania Night 1 if they start off with this match, but I think Jade Cargill will get the job done. Alright, the next match we've got is Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. This is definitely an interesting one, because if you're somebody that has been watching WWE throughout this time, you will understand how good this match will be, and this match will be a lot of fun. But if you're somebody watching this match or is going to this match that really is just trying to pick it back up, or really just doesn't know about wrestling and is just trying to go for fun, you will be absolutely confused with this, because this kind of was thrown in the mix at last minute. But no matter what, this match will be a ton of fun. You've got Rey Mysterio, as always, a Hall of Famer, finally having a WrestleMania match in a couple years without fighting his own son. You've got El Grande Americano, who's a great athlete, whether it is Chad Gable or not. I think this will be an absolute brawl. I think LW will end up getting involved. I think American Made will also be getting involved. And either Chad Gable will be there to really prove the world that it's not him under the mask of El Grande Americano, or he will not be there, which will probably be proving that is Chad Gable. Whether or not American Made will get involved, and whether it is Chad Gable or not, I really don't have a prediction of who that can be other than Chad Gable. I just have no idea. I think Rey Mysterio will get the job done. I think he will get the win here no matter what. I think this match is going to be a ton of fun, and I can't wait to see who is under the mask of El Grande Americano. I've been wondering that for weeks now. Next match we've got is the United States Championship. It is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. For some weird reason, this one just feels weird because for like a lot earlier when this match wasn't even in view for WrestleMania yet, people were begging for this to be in the match card because this would be a great feud, and I agreed. And I still think this match is going to be great, but nowadays, people just seem underwhelmed. Maybe it's just because WWE's just been taking shortcuts with their feud and their build-up, but I'm not sure, man. But either way, I think this match will be a good one, and I obviously am going to see the Bloodline interfering, and I can possibly see Tagatoa coming back. That's why I have him in the picture. I can see him returning with Tamatanga. I don't know why I keep blinking on the names. That's Tonga. That's Tongaloa. Get it together, man. But yeah, I can see Tagatoa coming back here possibly. And at first, I was going to pick Jacob Fatu to win, but I had a different prediction now. I think Solo Sikoa is going to cost Jacob Fatu, and I think he's going to turn on Jacob Fatu. And that's what's going to start a really good build-up and rivalry between Jacob Fatu and Solo. And with that said, I think LA Knight will get the job done. I could see either way happening. I could see Jacob Fatu winning, and I could be wrong about Solo turning on him. Or I could see Solo turning on Fatu, and I could see LA Knight winning. But I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say LA Knight's going to win because Solo is going to turn on Jacob Fatu. Actually, updated prediction. I'm actually giving the win to Jacob Fatu, and I think Solo is going to turn on Jacob Fatu at the end of the match. This is my updated prediction. Alright, next we've got the World Tag Team Championship match between the War Raiders versus the New Day. Even if they put in the SmackDown Tag Team division in this card, even still, this match does not deserve to be in WrestleMania. This was thrown together last minute. There was no build-up, there was no feud, there was no promos really. Like, there's no build-up to this, and that's why it doesn't deserve to be on the card. But I do have one theory of what can make this match worth being on the card, and that is nothing but the return of Big E. And I think if he does come back, he will cost New Day the titles, and I think the War Raiders will get the win. That's the only reason I can see this match being worth being on the card. Like, if they just keep it like a normal tag team match, people will be upset, including myself, because this does not deserve to be on the card. But if you have Big E return, even if it's a part-time, then cool, it can cost New Day the titles. Even as full-time, if he comes back as a full-time, that'd be even better. Like, because I've been missing Big E because he's always been one of my favorite wrestlers. That would just build on a great rivalry between Big E and the rest of the New Day. I think that will be extremely entertaining. But as of now, I'm going to give the War Raiders the win. Alright, next we've got the Women's Championship match between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. This build-up has been a roller coaster, man. There's been signs of there being good feuds. There's also been signs of it being pretty shitty. But overall, I think this has just been kind of a mess, man. Like, these two have no chemistry with each other. It doesn't seem like these two really want to work together, and it really shows. But going off of WrestleMania, Tiffany Stratton should win this, but we already know how it's going to work. Charlotte Flair's going to get the win, and we're all going to be pissed. Her return was already terrible. It was already leaked before the Royal Rumble. We already knew as soon as it was leaked she was going to win the Royal Rumble, and she did. And we already knew that she was going to pick Tiffany Stratton because I think a Charlotte Flair Rhea Ripley rematch would have been god awful. And even though we've wanted this match to happen, we've wanted this for a long time now, like, it just hasn't been good. Their build-up's been shit. They have no chemistry, and honestly, like, just like everyone's been saying, there's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Charlotte Flair getting title opportunities. Like, she's gonna win, and we're all gonna hate it. But either way, I think this will be a fantastic match, and it's gonna be a really fun one to watch. But please, Tiffy, please win this one. If we see Charlotte Flair win one more time, it's going to be annoying. Alright, next match we've got is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Jey Uso versus Gunther. This is definitely one of those feuds where you would say it started off very, very bad, and then it ended off really good, because beforehand, it was just the same thing every week. Jey Uso having a certain match, and then Gunther interfering. Then Gunther having a match, and then Jey Uso interfering. It was the same shit every single week. And then they got one more man involved to this to basically build this build up and make it even stronger, and that was none other than Jimmy Uso. As soon as they got him involved, this build up has gotten so much better. Jimmy Uso hyping up Jey Uso every single week, having a tag team match with him against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. You have Jimmy Uso slapping the shit out of Gunther that one Friday Night SmackDown or Monday Night Raw. That was insane. And then that one Monday Night Raw where Gunther beat Jimmy up to a bloody pole and basically took a bath in Jimmy's blood and have to force Jay to watch it being tied to the ring with a zip tie. It was honestly just made this feud so much better, man. Before they did all that, like, nobody was interested in this, including myself. People were still questioning, as well as myself, why did Jay win the Rumble? And this feud was really showing why it shouldn't have happened. And then as soon as they got Jimmy Uso involved, like, it just got so much better. And after all that, my prediction for this match, I mean, it has to be Jey Uso, right? Like, giving Gunther the win here makes no sense. And it will definitely be that moment like it was with Sami Zayn last year beating, well, the same guy Gunther for the Intercontinental title. Like, it's going to feel special. Like, it's going to feel well-earned, and it's going to be a really fun time. This match is going to be great. I could also see something like they did with Sami Zayn, where Sami Zayn was getting good luck by, like, a bunch of wrestlers. Like, for Jey Uso, I think it could start off with, like, Sami Zayn saying good luck coming back. He can get good lucks from the new bloodline, like Solo and Jacob Fatu. Like, that would be really special. And at the end, Roman Reigns, like, giving him good luck. And then it's going to end off of Jimmy Uso. And that's where it's going to feel really special. It's going to feel like a great feud. And I think Jey Uso will get the job done. Next, we've got the main event of Night 1. We've got a triple threat between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk with Paul Heyman in his corner. If you watched Monday Night Raw last night as well as myself, you would know that Roman Reigns is not on good terms with Paul Heyman right now. Like, he says that Paul Heyman betrayed him, and when Paul Heyman tried to basically congratulate Roman Reigns after beating Seth Rollins up, he basically shoved Paul Heyman out of the way. So they are not on good terms. So I think that really shows that Paul Heyman is definitely going to be in CM Punk's corner. But this is definitely going to be a fantastic match. This is going to be a great main event. And honestly, like, if I have to be honest, I don't see Roman Reigns winning this at all. It wouldn't be the right winner here. Like, Roman just would not be a good pick. It's really between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. And I'm going with Seth Rollins. I think Seth is going to win this match. It just makes the most sense, because if you've been watching this whole feud, like, Seth Rollins has honestly been the best part of it, because CM Punk and Seth Rollins have already had a great feud with each other. And then Roman and Punk have basically been the two, like, biggest, like, rivals in this triple threat, and they've just been so focused on each other with Paul Heyman, and I think that's where Seth Rollins is going to take the win here, and I think Paul Heyman is going to betray CM Punk and Roman with going with Seth Rollins at the end. I think this will be a fantastic match, and I think Seth Rollins is going to win. Now we've got Night 2. I think this might actually kick off Night 2. We've got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I think this is the definition of the match where it looks really good on paper. I think it's going to be a really good match, but the build-up to this match has been awful. These two have only faced off for promos probably 2 or 3 times. Like, there's no build-up to this. Like, there's no hype around it. Like, even though LA Knight versus AJ Styles last year was a little underwhelming, remember how good that build-up was? Like, that's what made people excited for this match. But this, it has nothing. Like, there's nothing that makes you want to side with AJ Styles other than that he's the good guy and Logan Paul is the bad guy. Like, there's nothing there to, like, make you want to side with anybody. But either way, this will be still a really good match, and I think AJ Styles will get the win here, because if you gave Logan Paul the win here, it would make no sense. So I'm picking AJ Styles to win a pretty solid match. Alright, next we've got Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for a street fight. I think this one is going to be really fun. I don't know why people didn't want this feud to be at Mania. The whole time I was ready for it. I was really excited for it. But for some reason people didn't want it. But now that it's here, people are really excited for this match. And I think this match is going to be a banger. And as for the winner, I'm actually going with Drew McIntyre. I think he's going to win this because, honestly, picture it this way. Damian Priest has kind of been winning this feud so far, this build-up. So if you gave Drew McIntyre the loss here, it would just make no sense. And people would stop giving Drew McIntyre any praise on being anything worthy of being a WrestleMania winner, because he's been losing way too much. I mean, he did win a WrestleMania match last year against Seth Rollins, but at the same time, he costed his championship when Damian Priest cashed in. So at the same time, it still feels like a loss. But yeah, if you gave Drew McIntyre the loss here, it gives him no credibility. So I think Drew should win this. It's the right decision, and I think Drew will win. But this will be a fantastic match. This has the chance of being one of the best matches on the whole card. Next, we've got the Intercontinental Championship 4-way fatal match. This one I'm so excited for. We've got Braun Breaker, who's the champion, versus Finn Balor versus Penta versus Dominic Mysterio. This one is going to be an absolute banger, man. Like, this, and the build-up has been pretty solid. Like, you've got Braun Breaker, who's basically feuding with everybody. You've got Penta trying to chase for the title. You've got Finn Balor that's trying to rival with Braun Breaker to get the title. And then you've got a feud basically with Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, basically a thread away from betraying each other. And honestly, I see that happening. I have the Judgment Day obviously interfering, Carlito, Liv, and Raquel. And I could see Dominic Mysterio betraying Finn Balor here, because Finn obviously has been the selfish one. He's been taking credit for Dominic's work, and I think that's going to end in a betrayal with Finn Balor against the Judgment Day. And as for the match, I'm actually going to give Dominic Mysterio the win. Like, it makes the most sense to me. Like, sure, Braun Breaker winning here might work. I don't see it being the greatest decision. Penta winning would obviously make sense. Finn Balor, no, he's not winning this. Like, there's no shot. But Dominic, yeah, I see this winning. I see Dominic causing Finn Balor the title. I think he's going to betray him as well as the rest of the Judgment Day. And I think Dominic might win the Intercontinental title, which would start a great feud between Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor. I just seeing it being the right decision. I see it being the best decision possible. And honestly, I'm all for it, man. Like, if Dominic Mysterio wins, like, I'm going to cheer for it. Like, it's honestly a good change, and it would be exciting. Like, Dominic getting the win. Like, I honestly see it. Like, I'm with it, man. I see Dominic winning. Next, we've got the women's tag team title match. It's Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. This is just like the New Day versus the War Raiders, where this was thrown together last minute, and this just has no feud at all. And Lyra and Bayley have never been a tag team, and honestly, it's just kind of a mess. Sure, Lyra and Bayley have already looked like a great tag team when they have been a tag team like the 2 times, but like, it's just, it doesn't fit. Like, Liv Morgan and Raquel have had these tag team titles for a bit now, and this is their first time defending them. Like, it's just, they're not putting any effort in the women's tag team division, like, at all. And then to get Lyra and Bayley in the mix, you have a horrible, shitty gauntlet match to basically get themselves into this match. Lyra and Bayley basically went against a tons of tag teams that either have never been tag teams or have not been wrestling for a lot of months now. Like, it was just a mess, but I still think this will be a fantastic match. Even though the feud and the build up to this has been god awful, will be a great match to watch. And honestly, I could see Lyra and Bayley winning here, because it could be something interesting. It would honestly make more sense if Liv Morgan and Raquel got the win here, because it's going to kind of connect with the Intercontinental title, with Dominic winning, betraying Finn Balor. I think if these two kept their titles, it would make more sense. Like, it would just be like a better feud overall. So even though this will be a great match, and I could really see Lyra and Bayley winning here, I'm giving it to Liv Morgan and Raquel. It just makes the most sense. But one of the only questions I have, though, is why does Lyra not have a women's Intercontinental title? She's been such a great champion, and all you do to reward her is not giving her a title, but to go for the tag team titles? Like, what are they doing with these new women's mid-card titles? Even Chelsea Green, she's the U.S. title. She hasn't done shit with it, other than feud with the same 2 women every single week. Like, they should have WrestleMania matches. Like, that's where I'm, like, basically going at. These mid-card titles, like, just need something, man. But overall, this will be a great match. Next, we've got possibly has the chance to be the best match out of the whole card. We've got the Women's World Championship triple threat match. We've got Io Sky as the champion versus Rhea Ripley, who basically cried herself in, versus Bianca Belair, who won the Elimination Chamber. The build up to this has been pretty solid. I mean, Bianca has been right the whole time, but I think she is starting to get to the phase where John Cena was for a while. Same with Roman until he became a heel, where she's been a face for so long now where people are starting to get a bit bored with it. But still, Bianca is still a great champ. I think she is a great person to have in this feud. And then you have Rhea Ripley, who is obviously great, but she really did cry her way into this. Like, come on. And then you got Io Sky, who basically won the championship from Rhea Ripley, won Monday Night Raw like a while ago. And she is obviously a great champion. She is fantastic. She's one of the best women wrestlers in the WWE right now. And overall, I think Io Sky might win this. I think it would make the most sense. All three of these make sense of why they should win. Like, I don't think there's any bad winner here, but I think Io is the best choice. Because if you put it to perspective, every single time these three have been in the same building, both Rhea and Bianca have been basically pushing Io aside, acting like she's just not there and she's not relevant. And then Io's the one that's been fighting back. I think that's the same thing that's going to happen in this match. Bianca and Rhea are both going to be distracted, facing off against each other, and basically acting like Io isn't there, and then that's where Io's going to take the shot, and I think Io's going to win that way. And it's going to be a really fun match to watch, and I think Io is the right winner for this. And then finally, we've got the match we've all been waiting for. The main event of Night 2, we've got Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the Undisputed Championship. I couldn't find a good picture for it, but yeah, John Cena's a heel. Like, that might be a babyface picture, but no, John Cena's a heel. Like, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch those videos. They're insane. But honestly, to describe this build-up, it's been good, but also underwhelming, because yes, it's been good where the aspect where John Cena is coming out, where we still have one Friday Night SmackDown to go, by the way, so it could change something. But yeah, John Cena's come out, and he said to the fans how they've been treating him badly his entire career, and how they don't deserve anything. And then Cody Rhodes is the one defending the people and saying how John Cena is basically a whiny bitch, and asking where the real John Cena is. And then we have one fantastic promo on a Monday Night Raw where they basically had a great promo, roasted the shit out of each other, and basically made this match a lot more exciting. But overall, it's been a good build-up, but it also has been pretty underwhelming. Again, Friday Night SmackDown this week could change everything. We could have The Rock come back to join John Cena here to make this a lot more interesting. But for now, I'm going to say it's been a good build-up, but a little underwhelming. But for the match itself, I think it's going to start off pretty slow, kind of like with the Roman match. But these two will do well against each other for a good bit. I think this match is going to last a long time too. But yeah, this match is going to start off really good. It's going to start getting hot. And then you're going to have The Rock and Travis Scott come out to where they're going to interfere. Obviously, The Rock is the final boss. Travis Scott getting involved because I still don't know why, but he will be there. And then you'll have Cody Rhodes having people to help him. Probably Sami Zayn or Jey Uso, if I had to guess. Hell, even Roman Reigns, even though I think that might be a reach. But yeah, I could see these four feuding, because I really don't see Travis Scott fighting. Like, are you kidding me? Like, if Roman does help out, I think he'll feud with The Rock. I think that'd be great to basically start a feud between those two. And then Jey and Sami, obviously, like, this might be a reach. This might be a reach of a prediction. But mostly, this is the big one I've got here. I have someone else coming out, and this will basically shatter the roof of Allegiant Stadium. And that is none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin. And no, he's not coming out to help Cody Rhodes. He's coming out to help The Rock and John Cena. I think this will just basically blow everybody's minds, because if you didn't know, before all this started, before John Cena sold his soul to The Rock, John Cena and The Rock have been huge rivals when they were full-time wrestling. Who thought they were gonna basically unite and go against Cody Rhodes? Stone Cold would just make it even more wild, because Stone Cold and The Rock back in the day were huge rivals. Like, if you looked at back then and seeing them unite now, like, people would be like, hell no. But that's what makes it so wild, and that's what would make it so interesting. But I think that's what will be the big difference maker here. Stone Cold interferes and basically costs Cody Rhodes the title. And with that being said, I think John Cena will get his 17th title, and I think he will win the Undisputed Championship. Because if you look at it, like, if John Cena loses here, then what was the point of him turning heel and going against Cody Rhodes at Elimination Chamber? What was the point of him selling his soul to The Rock at Elimination Chamber? Like, what would be the point of all this if John Cena lost? That's why I have John Cena winning the championship. I think he will stay heel with the championship for the entire, the rest of the year until the very end. And I think he will lose his title to somebody like CM Punk or someone else. But I think he will end his feud with The Rock. I think that would make the most sense. But if we're talking about right now, I think John Cena will end the show as WWE Champion, and he will win his 17th title. Okay, the more I look at it, I don't know why I thought Roman Reigns would help Cody Rhodes. That just makes no sense to me. But yeah, I think John Cena will win. And there you guys have it. That was me giving you guys my WWE WrestleMania 41 predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below on who you think are going to win each match of WrestleMania 41. Let me know if you're excited for this WrestleMania. And also let me know down below on if you want me to make more WWE videos, because just like with Mario with the video games, I love talking about WWE. So honestly, I wouldn't mind making more WWE videos, so let me know. In the meantime, that's where we're going to be done for the day. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.